Hello. Um, this was just impromptu, um, and I really don't um, have a format or outline of what I want to talk about, but I just have some things that's on my heart, and I just want to talk. This is probably one of the realest videos I probably ever do. I'm really tired. I'm tired of pretending like everything's okay when it's not. I'm tired of smiling when I feel like crying, or I'm tired of smiling when I really want to cuss somebody out. I'm tired of wearing a mask. I'm really tired. And these last couple of days, my sleep has been, well, last couple of weeks, my sleep has really been troubled. I've been frustrated. I've been discouraged. Uh, been going through it. And I'm sending this link out to everybody, family, friends, so-called friends, um, people I do business with, people I've helped over the years. So don't be surprised. I'm not singling anybody out. I'm just sending it to everybody because I want people to know how I feel and how the rest of my life is going to play out. I'm going to ramble a little bit, but just stay with me. The message is in here. I was thinking about things and events that have changed the course of my life. This month has always been a bad month for me. September, the 9th month, it's always been a rough month in my life. Going all the way back, I was just talking a minute ago before I decided to do this video. 47 years ago. 47 years ago. I was in the 3rd grade. I was 8 years old. And I went through a traumatic experience in the 3rd grade. I was in the 3rd grade. And, around that time, I would say the movie Roots was out, this TV series, Roots with Alex Haley. It was out. And this little white kid called me a nigger in class. And I lost it because I knew what it meant because I'd been watching Roots with my family. And I beat this boy almost senseless. Black eyes, busted nose, bloody, busted lip, bloody nose, you name it. I wore him out. I hit him until the teacher's aide pulled me off of him. And the class was standing around. Everybody's, little kid, ooh, fight, 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 and all that. And this little boy, and she said, what did you do that to him for? What's the matter with you? I said, he called me a nigger. And I know what that means, and that's a bad word. And that teacher's aide looked at me in my face and said this to me in front of the entire class. She said, you should be proud to be called a nigger. That's what you are. And all of my childlike innocence that day was lost. I just slumped. My shoulders dropped and I just sat in my seat and I just slumped down and I cried. And I went home and I told my parents what she had said. And they went to the school and I don't remember what exactly happened. But back in those days in the 70s, this is before social media. This is before whatever. And nothing happened to her because she kept her job to the end of the year. But it was a horrible experience. That was one of those defining moments in life. It hurt. It hurt me to my core. But I saw everything in black and white from that point on. Devastated me. Um, and fast forward to 10th grade year. And I know some people are going to remember, know who I'm talking about, but I don't care. I'm 55 years old now. But words hit harder than a fist. And this is something, again, that happened in September. Um, 40 years ago. And I liked this girl. I asked this girl out to the movies. I didn't have a driver's license yet, but I had a permit. But my parents was going to drive us. And I asked the girl out. She said, sure, but you got to ask my mother, um, get her permission. I said, okay, that's not a problem. So I walked over. I was very polite, very respectful. And I said, ma'am, I would like to take your daughter out to the movies. I said, my parents be driving. I said, while they're shopping, we'll be watching the movie at the theater across the street. And when they finish shopping, they'll come get us and we'll go eat dinner. And then after we eat dinner, we'll bring her home. I said, is that okay? And she just, the whole time I was talking, she was just looking at me with like this smirk on her face. And when I finished talking and asking permission to take her, she said, you're not going to take my daughter out. You'll be a bad influence to my daughter. And it was like somebody gut punched me. And I was like, I'm a bad influence. I'm active in my church. I was a Sunday school secretary. I sang in the youth choir. I ushered at my church. I was in school. I was an honor roll student on the football team. And I was in ROTC. And I was in leadership in ROTC. But I was a bad influence on her daughter. She said I would be a bad influence on her daughter. And I was devastated. I went home that day and I cried in my room. And I was so distraught. My mother came, she was cooking dinner. She came to the back of the house and said, what's wrong with you? And I didn't want to tell her at first. And I told her. And that was the only time in my life I can say my mother just went ballistic. She was ready to hurt this person. My dad had talked her down. And I was so out of it because of what was said to me. I stayed home for the next 2 days from school. And then I started acting out in school. I just didn't care. I started getting in trouble and getting in fist fights. I got suspended from the football team for a game, for fighting. I was just out of it. But I'm not going to say, but I had a chip on my shoulder behind that. And I was like, I'll show all these people who said I'm a bad person. I'm not going to mount to nothing. I'll show them. Kept making them good grades. I got a scholarship. I went to college. And every time I did something good, I made sure I mailed them a copy of it, certified mail. I graduated college. I graduated grad school. Bought my first house. Had my children. Anything in life that I did for a while, I would do that. Yeah, there were some teachers at my school that they had formed a betting pool to bet that I would drop out of college and I would flunk out or whatever. I wouldn't make it. But my high school counselor, who was also my cousin, he took $200 out of his pocket. He said, well, all you bastards that say my cousin ain't gonna make it. They did this in the teacher's lounge at the school while I think it was my senior year. Yeah, it was my senior year. He said, my cousin gonna do something. And he put $200. I said, I'm gonna match each one of y'all $20. I got $200. Said my cousin's gonna do just fine. And every one of those teachers that bet against me, they were laughing in that teacher's lounge. Every time I did something in life, I sent it to them certified mail. Whenever I was home visiting, anything I was doing. And when the word got around in town that I was in a movie and I was a professional actor, oh, they wanted to be so kind to my mother and everything. And my mother just looked at him and walked away. Every time I appeared on TV, oh, what's all Daryl? Really? Okay. And she walked away to the day she passed. I'm not coming on screen right now because I'm crying. I'm not doing well. My face is not good. And but I just had, hopefully what I'm sharing with you and being transparent to help you or somebody. But yeah. So I had a lot of stuff going on in my life. Some of it was my fault. Some of it was stuff I had no control over. You know, that's life. You deal with the good and the bad. But yeah, and then another reason September is bad for me, my grandfather and my uncle that I have tattooed on my arm passed away September, Labor Day. That's why I don't like Labor Day. Around Labor Day, my grandfather died the Saturday before Labor Day, and my uncle died Labor Day morning in 1999. He passed away. And downtown at the hospital, Cleveland Clinic Hospital. I was holding his hand when he took his last breath. And only thing I really want to do in my life before I left here, I wanted to die, as they say, I want to die empty. I don't want to die with anything left undone, no stone left unturned. I want to die empty. So when my time comes, I'm like, God, I gave it all I had while I was here. I'm ready to come home now. And like my dad would say, a lot of time I would get so sad when he would say, son, my warranty is running out. This was right before he died. He would say that a lot. When I talked to him on the phone or when I was sitting with him, he would say, my warranty is running out. I don't say that. He said, no, it's okay. It's okay. And the last time we had when he was good, deep talk, the last time I was home visiting in January before he passed, he told me to get whatever I wanted out of his closet because he wouldn't need it. And I was like, don't do that. Little did I know he was giving me whatever I wanted because I could fit his clothes. He said, get whatever you want out there. I don't need it no more. And I was so hurt. I cried all the way back to Ohio from Alabama driving because I knew it was just a matter of time. I just didn't know when. And my father passed away the Sunday before Memorial Day that year, a couple of months later. Couple of days, 9 days after my youngest son graduated high school. And yeah, for those of you who really know me, you know what was going on around that time, what had just happened besides my dad's passing. So I had a lot going on. I had a court issue, and then my dad was passed away, and I had to handle, his arrangements and dealing with a court case and people harassing me night and day, threatening me night and day. And but I endured it some way, somehow. I endured it. But I wanted, my only goal in life, after making sure my sons were grown men and grew up to be productive people and move on with their lives, the only thing I want to do is I just wanted to leave them a legacy, something good. And that's why getting this film done is so important to me. Before I close my eyes, that's all I want is this film to be made. Everybody, I've heard people all, oh, Daryl, you can do it. I'm there for you. I'm there for you. I know some people want to help me financially, but they can't. And that's okay. Encouraging words go a long way as well. And then I've had people over the years promise they're going to do things with me as far as financing the film and being a part of it. And they've reneged on that. And I get discouraged. And I get really, really discouraged to the point where I just want to sell all this equipment and just walk away and just disappear. I don't know why I'm going through what I'm going through, which is why I'm here making this video, but God has a purpose for my pain, and I have to just keep holding on to that. I don't like what I'm going through. I don't like what I'm dealing with, but it's for his glory in the end. There's no testimony without trials. And I've had my share of them. I've had my share of them. But I'm going to say this to people. The mistake I've made, I've had a lot of people leeching and parasites, and people come get what they need from me because they know I have a good heart. I have a heart for people, and I help anybody that I can. But moving forward, you can call me selfish. You can call me what you want. I'm going to put me first. I'm going to put me first. You know, I've helped people that wouldn't even lift a finger to give me a cup of water if I was dying of thirst in the desert. I've helped people that have act like I'm the worst thing on this planet now, but I was the greatest thing since sliced bread when they were in need. I have checked on people when they were sick and sad and shut in. They won't even call or text me to check on me. That all stops today. That all stops today. I've had enough. I've had enough. It all stops today. You know, I've always been everybody's go-to, the point person. When you're sad, you know you can call me and talk to me. When you're hurting, you know you can call and talk to me. I'll even, if you're nearby, I'll even get to you and I'll sit with you. Up all night if I got to make sure you're okay. But when it's my turn, it's a different story. I'm not saying everybody, but quite a few. If you can count your real friends on one hand, you're a blessed person. If you can count them on two, you're doubly blessed. It's tough. I'm telling you, it's tough. It's tough. But don't promise me something if you're not going to deliver it, or at least try. Because I know I've been times where I promise I'm going to do something for somebody, and for whatever reason, something happened and I couldn't do it. I'd at least say, well, hey, I'm not able to do this right now, but let me see if I can find somebody else to help you. Or whatever the case may be. I just don't break promises intentionally. And I don't know. I'm real discouraged right now. I'm going through a lot of emotions. We all go through a season like that. I'm just praying to God that October hurry up and get here, because I'm tired of September and all the bad memories that it brings. I'm just tired. I'm about to get up and get out this house in a minute, because I got work to do. For those of you that have been praying for my downfall, you're wasting your time. God answers my prayers. God hears my cries. He wipes my tears. He protects me from harm because I trust in him. I believe in him. He never promised me that it would be sunshine and roses every day. Into every life, some rain must fall, storms must come. But in the end, I'll be all right. But right now, I can't see my way clear. But I trust God that whatever he's doing with me and through me and in me, it's going to make me better in the end. And he's opened my eyes to some people, places, and things that I no longer need to be dealing with. So if I seem distant, it's for a reason. Or if I cut you off altogether, it's for a reason. You can't go with me where God is taking me, because you're showing yourself not to be the right person. No hard feelings. I wish you well. But moving forward, I'm going to put myself first. You be blessed.